Hello, Simon here from Clear Vision. Welcome to my channel, the place where you can find practical psychology uses to use in your everyday life to increase your general wellness. Here's a very quick one, and that is the asking of advice from others. Be very careful whom you ask advice from and how many people you ask advice from. And this works in several ways. The first one is everybody loves to give advice about to somebody else, but it's not necessarily the right advice. Point number two is that the giving of advice is often based on the other person's life experiences. You have to be careful what someone else is placing on top of your scenario. They are not you, and they don't know you, and they haven't got your history. They may well be a good friend or a great family member or whatever, but people tend to take your situation, it's familiar to them, they've had a similar situation in the past, and their solution to that they place onto yours. Now that might not be the right solution. Point number three is if you ask for too much advice from too many people, first of all, you depower yourself, and second of all, you just confuse the hell out of yourself because you are guaranteed to get lots and lots of different answers. Point number four is we tend to really know deep down, if we ask friend A, we're going to generally get that answer. And if we ask friend B, they're going to give us that answer. And if we ask friend C, they're going to give us that answer, and so on and so on. And sometimes we play this game with ourselves where we go to someone where we want the answer that we want. We know we're going to get the answer that we want to hear, and that's not always a good thing. And I think deep down we know we're doing it, and that's why we end up asking lots of people. We tend to confuse ourselves. It's great to ask advice, it's great to ask other people's opinions. There's nothing wrong with that. Feedback from the environment is hugely important. Just be careful how much you do it and from how many different sources you get your advice. As I said, I give you a scenario. Perhaps you're having a problem with your partner, you speak to your best friend about it, or a friend about it, and they had a similar situation 10 years ago with a person who is exactly the same as your partner, and they go, yeah, it's X, Y, and Z, right? So you've got a judgment and a solution, and you've got someone else placing their scenario on top of yours. It's not always wise to listen to it. Maybe take something from it. I wouldn't say it's also wise to dismiss it. Someone else's experience can be hugely valuable to you, but that person doesn't know you. They don't know the other person involved in the situation. They're not in it. They haven't got your history, so therefore they haven't got your reactions. They haven't got your paradigm. They haven't got your viewpoint and your perspective. They've got theirs, and they're placing it on top of yours. So always be wary of advice, asking for too much of it, depowering yourself, and confusing yourself. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe below, and leave any comments that you'd like to as feedback. I'll see you next time. The wind's getting up. I'll see you next time. Till then, take care. Adios.